Hot today in Philly, about 95 down there. And in the campaign 2016 segment tonight, Donald Trump campaigning hard this week, trying to counter the Democratic convention in Philly. Today in Virginia, he said this.
I said, there's no way that Bernie Sanders shows up to make a speech. There's no way that he can ever endorse crooked Hillary Clinton anymore, right? There's no way. And today I see him trying to make the case, and his own people are out there booing.
And joining us now from Washington, Newt Gingrich. First of all, Mr. Speaker, do you have an official campaign title or anything yet for the Trump people?
No, look, I'm a volunteer.
You're a volunteer.
I try to be helpful.
I see. So you're kind of hanging around and wearing a little Trump hat and a button, and then, you know, if anybody wants donuts, flip a coin on who gets them, right?
You know, occasionally I give advice, try to be helpful.
Now, tell me about that, though. Does he call you, or do you call him, or does Manafort, the campaign manager, call you? How does that work?
Well, we all chat. I mean, this is a very interesting team. Paul Manafort's done an amazing job of, I think, moving it down the road from where it was. Trump is very open to ideas. Sometimes I call him, sometimes he calls me.
Is there a conference call in the morning? Do you have, like...
Not that I'm on. I'm not part of the official campaign.
No.
I'm just somebody who knows Trump pretty well and who knows a little bit about politics. And
do they call you and do they say to you, hey, get on the O'Reilly factor and tell them this? And
oh, no. They would never do that.
They don't do that. So you're making your own calls and stuff like that.
They know that any phoniness on your show is death.
Yeah.
And they would never ask me to do anything.
But do they ask you to go out and talk to certain people about certain issues?
Yeah, they'd love to have me chat about various things. And, you know, a lot of it's pretty obvious. This is a choice is very big. You know, I do a lot of Facebook Live. I do a lot of Twitter. I communicate with a couple million people that way. And I think it's interesting to sort of keep track of what's going on, both in the Democratic Party and in the Republican Party.
Now, I thought this Tim Kaine selection was a good one. I like Senator Kaine. I think he's an honest man. I didn't like he took some baksheesh, which is the Arabic word for gratuity, when he was a governor in Virginia, but the law let him do it. I didn't think that was good. But by and large, he's had a pretty good career in politics. He looks like an honest man. Am I wrong?
No, I think he is as good a choice as Hillary Clinton could have made. He's fluent in Spanish from days as a missionary. He is very strong in Virginia, and I think he's a pretty solid guy. I think a debate between Kaine and Pence will be a very interesting debate.
Will anybody watch that debate?
Guys.
Is there anybody on earth going to watch Pence versus Kaine? I mean, where are they going to hold that thing?
Look, who knows?
They're both very smart, but they're dry. I mean, they're not. It's not.
Well, it's fair to say you won't have the reality TV show effect that you're going to have when
the other
Trump
one will be the highest
Clinton.
rated debate of all time. Now, did she pick Kaine to get Virginia nailed down, or to kind of send a signal that she's really coming back from the far left? She wants to be a centrist.
Well, I think there are three things. One was she couldn't go to the hard left for a candidate. That would have been too much. Second, Kaine does help in Virginia. And third, he is fluent in Spanish. And at a time when apparently they concluded that they could not put a Latino on the ticket for whatever reason, he's probably as good as you can get. He can be on Univision, Telemundo, etc., and make an effective case. Okay,
so you say he's a good choice, and I thought it was a good choice. I mean, because, and I want you to comment on this. I don't believe that any endorsements from anybody are going to sway any voters. It's just Trump versus Hillary. That's it. You decide. No matter who likes him, who else is going to vote for him. That's it.
Yeah. In the end, you vote for the presidential nominee. Occasionally, a vice presidential candidate can hurt you. They very seldom, except maybe for Lyndon Johnson in 1960, which was unusual, they very seldom are significant assets. And I think in this case, both Pence and Kaine are going to do their job. But the real game, when you saw it Thursday night in Trump's speech, which I thought was very effective, and the polls indicate was very effective, Trump began to lay out a really big divide between where Hillary is and where he is. And I think the voters in the polls indicate that they sort of agree with Trump.
Now, did you hear my talking points memo? Where
I did.
Okay. Do you believe that Trump is trying to terrify people into voting for him?
No. I think the elite media is crazy. I think they're all in their little enclave. They're in their little enclaves, and they say, oh, there's really no problem with crime. Tell that to the 3,400 people killed in Chicago since Obama was sworn in.
And they don't cover that story.
Right.
You ever notice that?
There's not really a problem with refugees. Tell that to the Germans, who again today, for the 4th time this week, had a refugee kill somebody. I mean, you know, you look around, if you're a normal person and you don't have these blinders on from your cocktail drinking friends in the news media, and you look at the real world, you don't have a good enough job, your friends are working 2 jobs just to make ends meet, you worry about the economy, you're not sure when your kid graduates he's going to get work, you're worried about crime in America, you're worried about terrorism overseas, and the liberals want to tell you that everything's fine.
Everything's good. And open borders would be swell for everybody, because that's what they're pushing next. Final question. Is Hillary Clinton going to have to distance herself from Barack Obama's economic policies?
Well, she's going to have to try to do something, but here's her real crisis. If she can't get President Obama and Michelle Obama to maximize black turnout in November, she's dead. I mean, if they conclude that she's not the real deal, so she can't get very far away from Obama because she is desperate to have a very, very large black turnout. And if she does not get that, this election's over and Donald Trump's president.
Do you think Obama's going to go on the road a lot and try to mobilize that support?
I think he's got a hard problem. We found in 2014 and 15 he couldn't transfer his popularity. We found that in 2010. He just couldn't turn people out. They know she's not him.
And he doesn't like going on the road to those things.
Right.
And I don't think he has a deep affection for her, but he hates Trump, so that might motivate him. He hates him. All right, Mr. Speaker, we appreciate you checking in. Good luck, at the campaign headquarters and the volunteering and all that.
Good.